أكبر من أختها وأخذناهم بالعذاب لعلهم يرجعون وقالوا يا أيها الساحر ادع لنا ربك بما عهد عندك إننا لمهتدون فلما كشفنا عنهم العذاب إذا هم ينكثون ونادى فرعون في قومه قال يا قوم أليس لي ملك مصر وهذه الأنهار تجري من تحتي أفلا تبصرون أم أنا خير من هذا الذي هو مهين ولا يكاد يبين فلولا ألقي عليه أسورة من ذهب أو جاء معه الملائكة مقترنين فاستخف قومه فأطاعوه إنهم كانوا قوما فاسقين فلما آسفونا انتقمنا منهم فأغرقناهم أجمعين فجعلناهم سلفا ومثلا للآخرين ولما ضرب ابن مريم مثلا إذا قومك منه يصدون وقالوا أآلهتنا خير أم هو ما ضربوه لك إلا جدلا بل هم قوم خاصمون إن هو إلا عبد أنعمنا عليه وجعلناه مثلا لبني إسرائيل ولو نشاء لجعلنا منكم ملائكة في الأرض يخلفون صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ما شاء الله. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
My recommendation to brothers and sisters, when Muqdad reads, seriously, I'm not joking. When Muqdad reads, and if you are interested to learn how to pronounce the letters and the word, open your Quran in your phone and follow. صلوا على محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك وأتوجه إليك بنبيك نبي الرحمة محمد صلى الله عليه وآله. يا أبا القاسم يا رسول الله يا إمام الرحمة يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا أمير المؤمنين يا علي بن أبي طالب يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا فاطمة الزهراء يا بنت محمد يا قرة عين الرسول يا سيدتنا ومولاتنا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيحة عند الله اشفعي لنا عند الله. يا أبا محمد يا حسن بن علي أيها المجتبى يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا عبد الله يا حسين بن علي أيها الشهيد يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن الحسين يا زين العابدين يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا جعفر يا محمد بن علي حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا عبد الله يا جعفر بن محمد أيها الصادق يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا موسى بن جعفر أيها الكاظم يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن موسى أيها الرضا يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا جعفر يا محمد بن علي أيها التقي الجواد يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن محمد أيها الحادي النقي يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا محمد يا حسن بن علي أيها الزكي العسكري يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا وسي الحسن والخلف الحجة أيها القائم المنتظر المهدي يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا
عند الله.
يا سادتي وموالي إني توجهت بكم أئمتي وعدتي ليوم فقري وحاجتي إلى الله وتوسلت بكم إلى الله واستشفعت بكم إلى الله فاشفعوا لي عند الله واستنقذوني من ذنوبي عند الله فإنكم وسيلتي إلى الله وبحبكم وبقربكم أرجو نجاة من الله فكونوا عند الله رجائي يا سادتي يا أولياء الله صلى الله عليهم أجمعين ولعن الله أعداء الله ظالميهم من الأولين والآخرين آمين رب العالمين
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أحسن ما شاء الله.
So 4 minutes behind schedule.
Mashallah, we're doing good. You reading?
No.
Oh, you have a thing? Okay. So are you reading?
Yeah.
Why don't you start?
Like that.
No.
Why aren't you reading? Right?
We're deciding Arabic. Inshallah.
We have a children program coming up.
Salawat.
اللهم صل
على محمد وآل محمد.
अब किसका इंतजार है उठो सकीना घर चलो अब किसका इंतजार है उठो सकीना घर चलो तुम पे भूपी निसार है उठो सकीना घर चलो शामे गरीब आ गई गम की स्याही छा गई बजते हैं बाजे फौज में खत्म लड़ाई हो गई लुटने का इंतजार है उठो सकीना घर चलो खाक और खून के दरमियाँ लाशें हैं सब पड़े हुए पहचानोगी किसे यहाँ सर हैं सभी कटे हुए मुख्तल भी सोगवार है उठो सकीना घर चलो लेती ये सिसकियाँ क्यों रखना है हौसला तुम्हें असगर के साथ खेलना आता है याद क्या तुम्हें अब वो तहे मजार है उठो सकीना घर चलो अम्मू तुम्हारे नहर पर शाने कटा के सो गए बाबा को ढूंढती हो क्या बाबा सो गए, उजड़ी हुई बहार है, उठो सकीना घर चलो, अम्मू तुम्हारे खुद से लेने ना आएंगे तुम्हें, तड़पेगा लाशाए जरी, जाना ना तुम तराई में, दिल उनका बेकरार है, उठो सकीना घर चलो, अब किसका इंतजार है, उठो सकीना घर चलो। सलवार
सल्लल्लाहु मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद। जनाब सकीना के हवाले से एक उस्ताद सिब्त जाफ़र का एक सोच आप लोग पेश खिदमत। इसकी अदायगी बेहतर तो सौ हो सकती है जब बाजू साथ होने की मैं कोशिश करूँगा अकेले इसकी अदायगी करने की। सकीना कैद हो के शाम के जिंदा में जब सकीना कैद हो के शाम के जिंदा में जब आई वो बच्ची उस अंधेरे घर की तारीकी से घबराई, मुक़द्दर ने अजब आफत की पहली रात दिखलाई, ज़मीं तो फर्श थी साया फुगन था चरखे मीनाई, फूफी के साथ रहती थी, नमा के पास सोती थी, बरहना से कड़ी जिंदा के दरवाजे पर रोती थी। उधर से जो गुजरता था اس سے کہتی تھی سنتا جا میں بے کس قید میں ہوں، ایک یہ پیغام ہے میرا، اگر بابا ملے تجھ کو تو یہ کہیو قسم کھا کھا سکینہ پر مصیبت ہے، خبر لو ہے شہ والا، اگر تجھ سے کہے خیمے میں سوتا چھوڑ آیا ہوں، تو تو کہیو در زنداں پروتا چھوڑ آیا ہوں، سکینہ درود پڑھیے محمد آل محمد۔
اللهم صل على
مرثیے کے بجائے میں سوچ رہا تھا کہ ایک سلام ہے جناب سکینہ کے حوالے سے آپ لوگ کو پیش تھے بین سکینہ کے عباس نہیں آئے، تھے بین سکینہ کے عباس نہیں آئے، دریا پہ گئے سے عباس نہیں آئے، ایسا تو نہ ہوتا تھا جب تک تھے مدینے میں، ایسا تو نہ ہوتا تھا جب تک تھے مدینے میں، کیا کر وہ بلائے عباس نہیں آئے، ایک میں ہی نہ تھی پیاسی، بچے بھی تو پیاسے تھے، ایک میں ہی نہ تھی پیاسی، بچے بھی تو پیاسے تھے، کیوں روٹھ گئے مجھ سے عباس نہیں آئے، پنچھی ہو کے مانس ہو ہر شام پلٹتے ہیں، کیا جانے خدا جانے عباس نہیں آئے، کہہ دے کوئی صغرا سے ہم بھولے نہیں تم کو، کہہ دے کوئی صغرا سے ہم بھولے نہیں تم کو، ہم کب کے گھر آ جاتے عباس نہیں آئے، अब चादर ज़ैनब का अल्लाह निगहबा है। अब चादर ज़ैनब का अल्लाह निगहबा है। पर्दे के जो थे ज़ामिन अब्बास नहीं आए। बीमार भतीजे पर नन्ही सी भतीजी पर क्या क्या ना सितम टूटे। अब्बास नहीं आए। थे बैन सकीना के अब्बास नहीं आए। दूर पड़ी मोहम्मद मौला कोई गम न दे आप लोग सवाए गम हुसैन के सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम।
Yep. Switch on TV, please.
We've seen governments sell out their souls for money. With power comes corruption, the possibility of corruption. But here Nabi Sulaiman is known that no matter how much power he got, he never allowed it to corrupt himself. In fact, he would use that government, he would use the power to influence the people to bring them towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's a discussion I had in the first Ashra, which I won't repeat, but very quickly, between achievement and attachment. As a side note, just follow me. Achievement and attachment. All of you know where I'm going with this. In Islam, Islam has no problem with achievement. I often tell my youth, out there, you should achieve. Achieve as much as you can, the halal way. Study hard, get your undergrad, get your postgrad, get your doctorate, go out, make loads and loads of money, and live up in this world. And achieve the halal way. No problem whatsoever. Where the problem lies in Islam is not in achievement, it's in attachment. That you don't attach yourself or sell your soul out for that achievement. When it's time for you to leave that achievement, then you leave that achievement. What Nabi Sulaiman is asking for in this dua is an achievement of a kingdom. Please follow me very carefully. It's an achievement of a kingdom. He knows that through this kingdom, I can bring people towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very easily. So he's asking for that kingdom, that gift, that ni'mat that will actually help him reach his purpose. Even though Abizahir, it's a mulk, it's a kingdom. Meaning what? He identified the kingdom to be the route to my destination. That's achievement. What is attachment? Attachment is that if he was to reverse it and make the kingdom the destination and the route this dunya. That's attachment. And that's where Islam puts a big X, saying, wait, don't attach yourself, achieve in this world, no problem. This dunya is for you. Live in this world, enjoy yourself, no problem. We can't We have ample amount of hadiths that talk about the fact that people try to what? Try to, rip their clothes and wear dirty shoes and eat, let's say, hard bread, and the imams would daunt them and say, no, that's not how you live. Nabi Sulaiman is asking for a kingdom. A kingdom such that he's identified this kingdom is the route to my destination. My hadaf is the same, but the route to that hadaf is through this kingdom. So now somebody in this room, for example, there are people in our families, they're given, let's say, 4 or 5 children. And they're very good parents. They use those kids to bring them close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are people in this room who are given lots of money, mashallah. And the more money they get from Allah, the more they give others. These are all different routes to what? To that one destination. Living a purpose-driven life is to ensure that you don't replace the route with the destination. And the destination with the routes. That's what we do sometimes. We think that everything that I want in this world is money. When money should be a route towards Allah, not the destination itself. I get Allah, I get fame, I get fortune, I'm still not fulfilled inside of my purpose. I often give examples of celebrities, athletes, right? Everybody out there who is making loads and loads of money, who really truly think that's what the purpose of this world is. And they get that maqam, they get that fame and fortune, and they end up taking their own life. They end up in casinos. They end up womanizing, even though they have everything this dunya has to offer. Because they've replaced the route with the destination, and vice versa. Nabi Sulaiman, why is he asking for the best kingdom in the world? Because he's identified, this mulk is my route. If this is my route to Allah, I want the best route possible. I want the best route possible. Think about it, when GPS gives you 3 routes, you think about time, 4-7, non-4-7, and you choose the best route. Nabi Sulaiman has so much understanding of himself, he's identified that I want a mulk, I want a kingdom such that it leads me towards you. So I don't want a Mamali kingdom, a small kingdom, an everyday kingdom. I want a kingdom such that la yanbaghi li ahadin min ba'di. After me, there's no kingdom like this in this universe. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. All of you with me, inshallah? In the life of Amir al-Mu'mineen, alayhi salatu wa salam, Allahumma salli ala Allahumma salli. Our books tell us about a narration where Amir al-Mu'mineen meets 2 brothers, Al ibn Ziyad, Asim ibn Ziyad. And I relate that verse of Nabi Sulaiman and Surah Sa'd, and I relate this for a reason. It's okay if we achieve a very high level in this world in terms of the dunya. It's okay if you drive a nice car, if you have a very nice home, if you travel the world, if your clothes, mashallah, are very good, you have a very nice watch, a nice pair of shoes. We have hadith talk about it being mustahab, etc., etc. Provided, like I said, I'll keep saying it until tomorrow night, that you have to identify it to be a route. Not the hadaf. Or as you would say in Urdu, the wasila of the hadaf, not the hadaf itself. Al ibn Ziyad approaches Amir al-Mu'mineen and says, Mawla, I want you to come to my home. So he agrees. And Al ibn Ziyad lived in a mansion, a huge house. Now look at the words of Amir al-Mu'mineen very, very carefully. He walks into the house, the first thing he says to Al ibn Ziyad is that he says to him that, why do you have such an enormous house in this world when really you should be looking for an enormous house in that world? That's the first thing he says to him. Just to remind him to make sure that this route and destination is not mixed up. That's the first thing he says. And then right after, he says something very ajib, very wise to my youth out there. Imam Ali says to Ad that if you want a house bigger than this in the hereafter, then use this house for its proper purpose. He does not say to sell the house, downsize, grab a condo, go into a basement. No, there's no windows. No, not like that. Hold on to the house. Beautiful house, mansion, hold on to the house, but use the house properly. And he gives 2 or 3 reasons or ways you could use the house. First of all, he says that you should what? You should be inviting the mu'mineen to his house constantly. Open door. Come eat with you, break bread, feed those who are poor, build your family together by having all in this humongous mansion. Never says to sell the mansion. He says use the mansion properly. As a route to what? As a route to the purpose of you getting a mansion in the hereafter. It's very ajib to me. This talk with him is very, very ajib. He never once says, he said, how could you, how dare you, this is dunya parasti, you're selling your soul out. No. Initially he says, just to kind of make sure he reminds him that, look, this is not what the purpose is. Purpose is something else. But you have the house, and you've done it the halal way, mashallah, you worked very hard, you're a professional, that's great, enjoy it. But use it as a what? As a route or a path towards that asli hadaf and purpose. Because he knows that the only way that you'll get that mansion hereafter is if you please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? The ridayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our ultimate goal, my brothers and sisters. That's not a surprise for anybody here. If we could stand there in front of Allah, radiyatan maradiya, oh, we are happy. You're razi with me, Allah, I'm razi with you. That's our ultimate goal. But the problem is that sometimes when the waves of life hit us, we lose sight of that purpose. When things aren't going our way, we kind of lose sight for a moment. And we stop and think for a moment, what is the purpose of all of this if Allah already knows where I'll end up? I'll get to that in a moment. Let's finish the story. As says to Imam Ali that Mawla, my brother Asid ibn Ziyad, has gone off the path. How so? He says he walks around with like a curtain or just like a very loose cloth over him, ties up his shoes, okay? Doesn't really, wash his face or comb his hair or keep himself. He eats very, very little. He barely sleeps, always on the musalla. And when I ask him, what are you doing? Because he was rich like me. What are you doing, he says. Asim says that I'm trying to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can you go see him? And Mullah goes to see Asim. Now look at the way he talked to Al, look at the way he talks to Asim now. 2 brothers. He says to Asim, the first thing he says to Asim was, do you think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hates you, Asim? He equates the idea of him stripping himself of his riches and his mehnat and his zahmat and all his effort by the idea that you think this is what Allah wants, this huliya you're in, is that what you think Allah wants you to be in? Is that how much you think of Allah? That He wants you to live like this? Walk around with a potato sack on? Ajib hal, you smell, you don't even sleep properly, this is what you think? And then after that, he says to him that, Asim, why have you allowed shaitan to infiltrate inside of you? If Allah has given you riches, and Allah has given you mehnat, Allah has given you rizq, use it. But use it for its purpose, to get you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have imams, we have prophets who were princes, as you know, who ran governments. And every so often, the problem is that when somebody my age, a little bit younger than that maybe, they got a little bit of, their business now is booming and climbing and going very, very well. We see them once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 6 months, once every Ashura. Even Ashura, I don't see them. Because they've taken God from the GPS destination and they've put fortune in that destination. And now they're roaming around looking for some purpose and purpose and purpose, and they have everything. Booming business, beautiful home, this and that, and still they ask, what's the point of all this? I said, "Man, Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, please. Let me answer this one question here and then we'll move towards Masajid. It's already been about 40 minutes. The question a lot of my youth ask, I'm sure maybe even our elders have, maybe as you as parents have been asked this question by your child and maybe you're stuck by the answer. It's a classic question. I mean, I'm sorry if you know the answer already. Please pardon the repeat. If Allah knows already what I'm going to be doing, then what's the point and the purpose of this entire life that I'm living? Okay? First of all, Allah knows everything. No doubt. He knows where we'll end up. He knows the day that we'll die. He knows where we'll be in the hereafter. Absolutely. But what Allah knows and what we know are independent of each other. Please follow me very carefully. We don't know what Allah knows, number one. Correct? We don't know what Allah knows. And Allah does not tell us what He knows. I wish He did sometimes. It'd be nice. He does not. Nor does He come and try to infiltrate and try to sit there and, yes, we have tawfiq, we have inspiration. If shaitan has his waswasa, Allah has his tawfiq. No doubt about it. But ultimately, because I'll tell you what happens, when people ask these kind of questions, they challenge the idea of free will. And they start to think that we don't have any free will at all, Malana. We're robotic, we're just going through the motions, it's pointless, it's purposeless, there's no hadaf, what's the point of all this? And so they slowly try to exit the deen. And there's one hadith by Imam Ja'far Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam. Many times you've heard, I've said it myself many times, it fits here so well. Such a challenge to my youth today. The one who enters the deen because of people will exit the deen because of people. And the one who enters the deen because of the Quran and the Sunnah, he says mountains will move, he won't leave the deen at all. We have to enter the deen with our aql and understanding what's happening. If these questions are on your mind, ask. There are logical answers for this. Allah knows exactly where we'll end up. I don't know what Allah knows about me. I also know that Allah is obsessed with my success. Allah places everything around me to grow. Like you bring a plant, there's some of you, mashallah, who are very good at taking care of your plants. You bring your plant from home, it's this small, close to the window, away from the window. Indoor plant, outdoor plant. Lots of water, little water. Some food, no idea. Clip the ones that are dying. You give it all of the what? All of the tools for it to grow. But you don't grab it by the stem and push it up. No, it has to grow by itself. You provide the tools, you provide everything around it, but you have to watch it grow. Yes, Allah knows everything, but Allah does not pull us and grow and make us grow by ourselves. He puts everything around us and says, okay, now you grow within yourself. He wants us to understand our jewel, our johar, what's inside of us. We went camping before Muharram, 82, 83 youth, some of you are here, mashallah, and we went to a beautiful island. I'll never forget one morning, I was sitting there on the dock, and there was a youth beside me, and the water was haddin nazar, as you say in Urdu. As far as you could see water. And the youth said, look how beautiful. It's such an enormous body of water. I'm in awe of how much water there is. And I said to him beside me, 16, 17 youth, barely 2 hairs in his face. I said to him, as much as you think that this water is a huge body and you're in awe of it, it pales in comparison to what's inside of you right now. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wishes for us in this path of life, with struggles, with blessings, with hardships, with tragedy, with everything that makes us question, what am I doing here? is that He's given us all the right tools for us to grow. But ultimately, the growth has to come from us. إِنَّا هَدَيْنَاهُ السَّبِيلَ إِمَّا شَاكِرًا وَإِمَّا كَفُورًا. I've given you a path. I gave you the food, I gave you the water, I gave you the sunlight. But you have to be a shakir or a kafir. Either you are grateful and you grow, or you're ungrateful and you question everything and you leave the deen. It's totally up to you. But you have to enter the deen based on the Quran and Sunnah and the aql for you to grow. Allah understanding where we end up does not stunt our growth. And Allah wants us to grow. Right? Understand this. The blessings of the hereafter will not be felt by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It will be felt by us. The adab of the hereafter will be felt by us. Meaning everything that we're going to do in this world, we will reap the rewards or repercussions in the hereafter. We will, not Allah. The very first opening discussion in Khutbah Hammam of Nahj al-Balagha of Amir al-Mu'mineen is that Hammam understand that anything that comes down from Allah, be it wajib or haram, is for our benefit. Has nothing to do with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can decide, all of us, to now follow every wajibat, He won't become more Allah. Or we can decide, God forbid, to leave the deen, He won't be less of Allah. He's azal, He's abad. He was there from day number one, He'll be there after we're long gone. Everything around us is for our growth. His knowledge has nothing to do with our growth. He knows now what would be required for us to grow, so He places those things around us. Our parents, the ulama, the Quran, the community, your tragedies, your suffering, your hardships, your children, all these things are what? Avenues. To what? To the destination. My young mothers, inshallah, who are listening, I really hope they're listening, my young mothers. Or they're at home and live sleep because their kids are asleep. Sometimes the problem is with our young mothers today, why they're riddled in depression. And I ask my husbands in the audience, if you have young kids, please, if you can, whenever you can, be an involved father. Once in a while, tell your wife, you go to the majlis, I'll stay home and put the kids to sleep. Once in a while, say, you know what, it's okay. Have a day off, have 2 days off. I'll change the diaper. I will, feed them. I'll bathe them. I'll do all that. I'll tell you, they're depressing. They're riddled in depression and anxiety. And part of the problem is sometimes they think that this is what I was created for. To be pregnant, to give birth, to have kids. They pick up God and they put pregnancy where God should be. When motherhood, one example, motherhood is not the destination. Motherhood is a route to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Through your children you get to God. And yes, sometimes it's difficult, but you keep going and going until you reach that purpose. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala. So anything that is placed in front of us, I humbly ask you, if it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, know that that is one element of the growing of ourselves. Because the reality is that we don't know how much we can grow, but Allah does. And Allah does not work on a jabr system where He forces things. If He forced things, the people wouldn't happen, Karbala wouldn't happen, the Imam wouldn't be in Hibat right now. If Allah forces things. No. He says, look, this is right and wrong, now you choose. It's up to you. Totally up to you. We have to understand this idea that every tragedy, every struggle that we have is one more route towards a purpose. And yes, if we fall off the track, then reroute yourself towards that path. That GPS, that small little GPS in our hand is showing us such a beautiful message. Look, I'll make you go 10 minutes out of the way, I don't care. But my purpose, I'm obsessed with getting you back on track so you don't lose your purpose. Adopt that same idea in your life. A lot of my youth right now are struggling off the path. I'm sinning upon sinning. I have this habit and this addiction, Malana, and that and this, and I'm going further and further and further away. Stop and reroute yourself towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Knowing full well, Allah is there to welcome you. Remember one thing and then Musa'ad. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to my youth out there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always ready for you to hit the reset button. Reset button. It could be years and years and years and months after that you have now gone this way and this way and this way, and now you're ready to what? Restart everything all over again. Allah says, whenever you're ready, I'm ready. أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةِ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. I will answer the call of the caller whenever they call me. They could call me tomorrow or 6 years from now. If they're ready for a reset, I'm ready to answer their call. If they're ready for a reroute, I'm ready for a reroute. Just don't replace him in your destination with anything of this dunya. And use 1,000 routes to get to him. That's your purpose. That's called living a purpose-driven life. Have a purpose mindset. Everything you do, have Allah inside of your mind. The Prophet of Allah says to Abu Dhar, attach a niyat to everything that you do. Such that even those mubah, mundane acts are mustahab for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Salli ala Muhammad.
And we look at the mission of Karbala. Hussein is one thing. But for him now to export that entire philosophy onto his family, his ashab, is a lesson for you. Very difficult shahadat. My fathers in the audience who have 4 or 5-year-olds at home. Growing up, hearing the Masayib of Bibi Sakina, I never understood the idea of her falling asleep on her father's chest until I had my own 4-year-old. She'd be bechain at night, bechain, tossing and turning. I would pat her, I'd read her a book, I'd do anything. But the only sukoon that she ever got was when I picked her up and her head was on my shoulder. Only sukoon she got. That's when instantly she fell asleep. Or I held her such that her head was on my chest, instantly fell asleep. And now I know why maybe some Rawayat say that Bibi Sakina went running in the Maidan of Karbala, looking for Baba, Aina Baba. I don't know how Imam Hussein did it. I don't know. Because Bibi Sakina's Masayib begins way before Karbala even is there. Before he arrives in Karbala. When Muslim ibn Aqil now has said his last salams to him, Imam Hussein is walking towards Kufa and stops, says, Alaykum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bibi Zayd says, Bhaiya, what is it? Muslim has been shaheed. And immediately he says, bring me the daughter of Muslim. He picks up the 4 or 5-year-old daughter of Muslim. He hugs her, he kisses her, he strokes her head. He says, from this day forward, I am your father. I'm your sarfaraz. I'm your wali. You're not alone. I'll be with you. I'll give you all the love that you want. And we always say in that Messiah, that Mawla, your compassion, your love is incredible. But I really hope that Sakina was nowhere near that conversation. Because on Asr Ashur, when she's made a yatima, there's no one there to hug her and kiss her. Where they should be hugging her, they slap her across her face. Where they should be kissing her, they pull out her earrings. Moments of musibah for Bibi Sakina. A 4-year-old, 4 years old. Her worldview is so small, her entire world is what? Maybe a few people. Everything is Baba. Everything is Baba. Asr Ashur, Bibi Zainab mounts Imam Hussein on the horse. Can I have these lights, please, if you don't mind? Thank you. Asr Ashur, Imam Hussein is mounted on the horse. After a very difficult khulafazi, Imam Hussein finally gets on the horse and is about to make his way towards Karbala, but the horse doesn't move. 2 times in history in Karbala, the Zuljanat Imam Hussein didn't move. Number 1, when it reached the 2nd of Muharram, in that very land, the horse wouldn't move. Imam Hussein changed his horse 7 times. All 7 horses didn't move until he realized that we were in a place called Karbala. The second time was what? Was this idea of Asri Ashur. Imam Hussein knows when he sacrificed his life, the Zuljana wouldn't move. Imam Hussein whispers inside the Zuljana ear, "Hey Zuljana, I know you're tired. I know from morning to now, you brought back Mayyat after Mayyat after Mayyat. One last Ahmad, drum in the Maidan of Karbala, and you're free to go." But the Zuljana wouldn't move. He kept asking the Zuljana. And then there comes a moment when the Zuljana's head drops, one tear rolling down his face, almost as if he could speak, he would tell him that, "Mawla, I'm not tired. I can do Zahmat after Zahmat for you, no problem. But if you can ask your 4-year-old Sakina to let go of my leg, I can take you to the Maidan of Karbala." Imam Hussein gets down from the Zuljana. "Hey, Zuljana, my Baba, where are you taking my Baba? Who's ever gone since morning has never come back." Imam Hussein picks her up, hugs her, kisses her, 4 years old, and says, "I must go now. Let me go now." And with strength now, Sakina says, "Hey Zuljana, my Baba's very thirsty. If you can, take him to Furat for a drop of water." She was obsessed with her father just getting some water. My father's in the audience. Have you ever asked your daughter that I'm thirsty, I want some water? She'll drop everything and run and get, "Baba asked for water. Baba asked for water." Asri Ashur, Imam Hussein Zuljana comes back to the Khaima. All the women come out. Bibi Sakina comes running out. Hugs Zuljana by the neck. "Hey Zuljana, my father, just tell me one thing. When they killed my father, did they give him a drop of water?" From Karbala all the way to Sham, Bibi Sakina remembered her father. And then that fateful night in the Zindan of Sham, Sheikh Abbas Kummi, Tawassul Mahmoud narrates, in the middle of the night, Bibi Sakina sees a dream. In front of her is her father, Hussein. And she says to him, "Baba, you seem pareshan to me. Is everything okay? You seem concerned and worried to me." And he will begin to cry. He says, "You know that I'm not ever in a state of sukoon until my Sakina is with me. You know that when I'm away from you, I don't feel comfortable. You know that when I'm away from you, I miss you dearly." They have this very intimate conversation. She begins to cry, he begins to cry. Bibi Sakina wakes up in the middle of the night now, crying, and she begins to now say things out loud. "I can smell my Baba. I can see my Baba. Where is my Baba? I know he's here somewhere. I just saw him." She begins to cry. Imam Sajjad begins to cry. Zainab begins to cry. Yazid says, "What is it?" "It's the daughter of Hussein. What does she want?" "She wants the head of her Baba." Bibi Sakina has brought the cut head of Imam Hussein. She picks up the head. She begins to kiss the head. "Baba, who cut off your head, Baba? Who slapped your face, Baba?" And she begins to cry and cry, holding on to the head, clutching the head. The Fajr time comes in the morning. Bibi Zainab says, "Sakina, it's time for Salat. Sakina, it's time for Salat." There's no answer for the Zindan of Sham. Sajjad, go check on Sakina. I don't hear anything. Imam Sajjad enters the Zindan, lying there on the ground. A 4-year-old Sakina clutching the head of Hussein. Imam Sajjad says, Sakina, Sakina. He begins to shake the shoulders. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Baby Zainab goes run the Zindan of Sham. One last Ahmad. Bibi Zainab says, Sajjad, how do we bury Imam Hussein's 4-year-old? Do we take off her kurta and do we put a coffin around her? Imam Sajjad looks up to Bibi Zainab. Puppy Allah, there's so many zakhm upon zakhm on her body. If I take off her kurta, the zakhm will open again. Fatima Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein.
Hussein, Ya 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 Hussein,
Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein,
Ya
Ya
Hussein,
Hussein,
Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein.
کھا گئے شام کے زنداں میں اندھیرے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زنداں میں اندھیرے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زنداں میں اندھیرے بابا، شام کے زنداں میں اندھیرے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زنداں میں اندھیرے بابا۔ کس کو کہتے ہیں یتیمی یہ سنا تھا میں نے، آپ کے بعد یہ احساس ہوا ہے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زنداں میں اندھیرے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زنداں میں اندھیرے بابا۔ ہاں آپ کے بعد یتیمی کی سزا پائی ہے، اتنی تنہا ہوں کہ سایہ ہے نہ پرچھائی ہے، رات رو رو کے گزرتی ہے تو دن ماتم میں، قید خانے میں یوں ہی سال کٹا ہے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زنداں میں اندھیرے بابا۔ زندگی میری دکھوں سے ہے عبارت بابا، ایسی قسمت نے دکھائی ہے مصیبت بابا، میں جو روتی ہوں تو لگتے ہیں تماچے بابا، آپ کے یاد میں سونا بھی سزا ہے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زنداں میں اندھیرے بابا، آنکھ آنکھوں سے نکلتے ہیں لہو کانوں سے، اب درندوں سے نہیں خوف ہے انسانوں سے، ایک مجبور یتیماں پہ ستم ڈھاتے ہیں، میری تقدیر میں جرموں کی دفع ہے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زندہ میں اندھیرے بابا، آپ کی طرح سے روٹھے ہیں اجالے بابا، کون زندان سے اب مجھ کو نکالے بابا، تو نے مانگا تھا دعاؤں میں خدا سے جس کو، اب وہی بیٹی ہے زندان جفا ہے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زندان میں اندھیرے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زندان میں اندھیرے بابا، کس کو کہتے ہیں یتیمی یہ سنا تھا میں نے، اب کے بعد یہ احساس ہوا ہے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زندان میں اندھیرے بابا، کھا گئے شام کے زندان میں اندھیرے بابا، یا حسین 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 یا حسین، اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك ابن أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك ابن سيد الوسيين، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء، السلطان أبا الحسن علي بن موسى الرضا، كن شفيعنا وشفيع والدينا في يوم الجزاء ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا صاحب الزمان، السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن، السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن، السلام عليك يا كعبة الإيمان، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.